Hey guys, I'm Tammy Lorenz, and I am a co-owner of Dream Team along with Samantha Gifford and Christian Perez. At the start of the business strategy game, we didn't really know what to expect, and we didn't have much experience running our own business, but we were excited to see where we would go and set goals and see how we could reach them. First, I would like to start off talking about the strategic vision. Our goals, or our company's plan, was to be the preferred and most trusted resource for athletic footwear in the world while achieving market leadership and operating excellence in every segment of our company. For our competitive strategy in the branded footwear, it was to ultimately set us apart from the other rival brands. Our goals were to offer free shipping to the internet users, which turned out to be the most successful for us in most of the years. Our other goals were to offer rebates in order to create added buyer appeal, have a high SQ rating, and focus on the advertising. For our competitive strategy in the private label market, our goals were to keep the costs low, produce a quality shoe for a reasonable and affordable price, and only utilize two plants for production. We only use the North America and Asia Pacific plants. For our net revenues, they fluctuated a lot between year 10 and year 20. We feel this was most likely from our team changing our strategy from year to year in order to fit the market conditions. Year 18 was our most profitable year, as you can see in the graph, because we reached an earnings per share of 6.58 by increasing our price to $65. We were able to sell 2,297 pairs of shoes in the private and the wholesale segments. After year 10, our lowest net revenue was in year 15 at $273 million. We believe this year performed badly due to our lack of celebrity appeal, also because of our delivery time and the limited number of models offered.
Hello everyone, I'm Christian. I'm going to first briefly discuss our earnings per share. Here in our graph you can see how our earnings per share was throughout the entire BSG game and how it was in comparison to our investor expectation. We had a positive trend for most of the years with the exception of year 13, 15, and 19. We experienced a significant reduction in EPS from year 12 to year 13 from $4.70 to 94 cents. So that was a big drop off. And this was a major cause for concern. And after evaluating our situation, we came to the conclusion that the reasoning for this was probably because we had a significant decrease in net income from year 12 to year 13. Our net income between those 2 years went from 47 million all the way down to 9 million. And this large decrease in net income was a result of a large increase in marketing expenses from year 12 to year 13. We overbid on celebrities. We bid a lot more than what our competitors were bidding. We weren't too sure what the market rate was for that, so that kind of hurt us. And because of this, our marketing expense increased from $8.88 per pair to $22.09 per pair. So it almost tripled. And year 13 suffered a major decline due to receiving 0 private label sales and spending a large amount on marketing. Next, I'll discuss our global market share. In our graph, you can see how our market share changed throughout the BSG game. This was a key indicator of how competitive we were. It averaged 9.38% between year 10 and 20. Year 11 was our most profitable year, and during this year we reached earnings per share of 13.8%. And by offering the most amount of models and having the second to lowest price, we were able to sell 2,053 pairs of shoes, which is the most amount sold in the internet, wholesale, and private segments combined. Next, I'll talk about our stock price. Here you can see how our stock price compared to what our investors wanted. We didn't quite meet investor expectation every year, but the years that we did meet investor expectation, it was significantly higher than what um, our investors wanted as a return, so that was good. Our stock price fluctuated from $32.07 in year 11 up to $102.98 in year 18. But overall, we've maintained an average of $52.84, and we were able to exceed our investor expectations for 6 out of the 11 years. Next, I'll discuss our credit rating. This is a very important aspect of the BSG game. Overall, we were able to maintain a very strong credit rating throughout the whole uh, portion of the game. So our credit rating met or exceeded the investor expectations in every year of the BSG game. Our lowest credit rating we ever had was a B plus, and other than that, our credit rating was at least an A minus in every other year. So that was a strong part of our company. And lastly, I will discuss our image rating. Our image rating did not meet what the investors were expecting of us, except for year 10. It's as you can see, it declined consistently throughout the 10-year length of the BSG game and was way down by year 20. But even with our declining image rating, we did receive second place twice for the Corporate Responsibility Award, and that was in year 16 and year 19. And this award is just a demonstration of exemplary corporate citizenship, so we're very proud to have received that.
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I will begin my portion of our presentation with the global unit sales. As you can see from the chart pictured, we had the most amount of sales in the wholesale market, or the largest amount of our sales came from the wholesale market. Our team struggled in the private label segment, but did see a positive growth from year 10 to year 20 in internet sales. This could be from our increased advertising budget in the internet sales segment and our celebrity endorsements. We were extremely successful in year 18 with $6,111 in wholesale sales. Next, for the strategic planning exercise, we tried to maintain an SQ rating of 5 stars for each year. We were never really the highest in the market, so we decided to keep it same throughout year 10 to year 20. This way we could focus on other portions of our business like the quality of the shoes and the price. We try to change our plan each year as we looked at where the market was going to be for that year. We stayed pretty consistent in marketing, staying between around $17 and $18. We fluctuated when it came to entering the private label market. However, we never had more than 2 markets at a time in the private market share, with the exception of year 15, we did have 3 that year. Fortunately, the only objective we were able to meet from our 3-year plan was our credit rating goal. Our original goal was to maintain a credit rating of at least a B plus. Throughout the simulation, we maintained a credit rating of an A in year 15 and an A plus in years 16 and 17. For the competitor analysis, we chose company G, Sneakerhead. We based our comparison off of 3 key factors: the SQ rating, models offered, and advertising. We chose Sneakerhead as our closest competitor based on similar performance and a relatively similar market share. We did, in the end, do a little bit better than they did, but we did see a correlation. We kind of had the same metrics that they did. Over the years, Sneakerhead employed a strategy focused on a high SQ rating, a wide variety of models offered, and an emphasis on advertising. Sneakerhead maintained a really strong SQ rating throughout the competition. As you can see from our charts, we did a comparison from year 11 to year 20 on our SQ rating, models offered, and our advertising budgets. Like we've mentioned before in the presentation, we did maintain an SQ rating of 5, while Company G increased theirs from 4 all the way up to 7 and maintained an SQ rating of 7. For the models offered, unfortunately, ours decreased from 249 in year 11 to 155 in year 20. This is one of the things we think that hurt us. We wish that we would have offered more models in each of the segments. Now, Company G, they started at 204 and increased all the way to 250, which I think made them probably more profitable in the later years. On our advertising budget, we think this is where was one of our strong points. We started at 24,000 and then increased to 30. We saw that we were having an increased amount of buyers, so we kept it at 30 for the remainder of the game. And Company G, they started at the same 24,000, decreased, and then increased to 42,000 between years 15 and 18, or 14 to 17, and then decreased back down to 34 for years 18 through 20. For our lessons learned, we learned that we should have focused more on our SQ rating because we noticed that seemed to be one of our consistent weaknesses throughout the years. Another thing that could have helped us boost our sales was utilizing the celebrity appeal more than we did. We did outbid a lot of our competitors, majority of the time, spending a lot of our revenue. We wish that we would have placed bids on the celebrities a little bit closer to our competitors, saving some of the money that we were making. There were some years that we didn't have a celebrity endorsement at all, and we think that was another factor that hurt us, declining our revenue. Another issue we faced was a relatively low stock price compared to our competitors in our industry. The lesson that we learned from this is that we should have repurchased our stock earlier to increase our stock price. Repurchasing the stock would have also boosted our EPS and our ROE. Overall, we feel like we were strong competitors for the first half of the competition, and then quickly realized that paying attention to the small decisions that we were making and overlooking the details had a strong effect on our final standing, since we went from the top of the leaderboard down to the bottom. But overall, we learned a lot from the game, and we look forward to taking the things that we learned and implementing them in real life.